outstanding visuals, bone-chilling horror, and a fantastic start of a journey. Already in my books, this might be one of the greatest Half-Life mods ever made. So welcome to Solitary Echoes, Episode 1. A while ago I talked about the demo of this mod, which was a small preview of what was to come. In the demo, comparatively, things were rough, like some animations or 3D models or some gameplay elements, but overall the tone and atmosphere were top-notch. It showed how much of a genuine effort had gone into it. But here, in the first release of the first episode, I have to say, they improved so much. The weapon models, the animations, and most importantly, the maps. Right as the mod starts, you'll realize this isn't your run-of-the-mill Half-Life mod. So much detail has been packed into every single thing you look at. I loved this opening cutscene and how the title of the mod and the staff credits show up on the computer. Along with that, the panning shots give you a great first impression of the maps, and the main character's voice acting is actually quite decent for a free mod like this. It's not Oscar-worthy, but I feel like it fits in perfectly, like a callback to those voice acting styles from the 90s, like, dramatic and tenacious.
It's been weeks, or maybe it's been months. I've lost track of time. Time doesn't make much sense when you're holed up in a maintenance room, surrounded by the constant hum of generators and the faint drip of water from a leaky pipe. When this nightmare began, I was just another settler on LV-513. Now I don't even know if there are any settlers left.
It kicks off with us, a maintenance worker who luckily was out of the aliens' grasp when the rest of the colonists had their face bitten off. As the opening monologue states, we've been here for a while now, and since supplies are running short, we need to make a break for it and escape. It's a gentle start as we get to take in the surrounding and look around the place. Finding a power tool, which basically acts like a melee weapon, we break open a vent to lead us further into the colony. I do have to point out a thing that many might miss out on. The sound design of this mod is absolutely on point. The ambient soundscapes, the sounds that play on triggers, and generally anything related to sound is well done.
Locked.
Although I did face a bug where the sound of the power tool stopped working for some reason. Anyway, we get to this different building where once again the haunting atmosphere of the place immediately settles in. The pitter-patter of the rain, the noise in the vents, and this deathly state of the place is the perfect combination. Here I failed to realize that I can use the power tool to kill the facehuggers. And speaking of facehuggers, I kind of find it funny that they were the inspiration for the headcrabs in Half-Life, and now I'm playing a Half-Life mod based on the Aliens franchise that has facehuggers in it. Such a cool way to come full circle. Now this part here is where I had a bit of a hiccup. You see, entering inside this third building, we come across a dead end. There was a box that I could move. Naturally, I thought I can push the box to this vent opening and that's the way to go forward. But that wasn't the case. I came back and saw these yellow handles on this vent. Earlier in the mod, I learned that vents with these yellow handles or markings could be broken open. So I tried using the tool on it, but it didn't work either. Then it just went back and forth, trying to find a way forward, and after a few minutes, I tried the vent on the floor again, and what do you know, it opened. Earlier, I wasn't aiming in the right direction or something. Thankfully, this was the only instance in this whole mod where I got stuck like this. Now this led me through a vent to a door that was locked earlier. I grabbed the box from before and pushed it inside so I can get into the next vent. One thing you have to keep in mind is that action is not the main point of this mod. Don't go into this mod thinking it'll ramp up and become like Half-Life. While sure, later on you do get an arsenal and fight many aliens, the way it plays out is much closer to, I don't know, like a modern Resident Evil game. I would say Alien Isolation as well, but as far as I understand, Isolation is far more stealth oriented, which thankfully this mod isn't. Anywho, this leads us to a synth, just casually standing there with a very menacing aura.
Initializing.
Ugh, these things creep me out.
I am a synthetic person, not a thing. I am following. Insufficient memory. Understood. I will follow. The lift is stuck. We need to fix it.
I see. What exactly do you mean when you say we?
I like this. The whole voice acting thing really adds depth to these characters in the mod, and voice acting overall is done very well. Getting the elevator working, us and the synth reach the maintenance and comms rooms. Here we get some armor and a pistol. And yeah, it's a minor addition, but this mod actually has weapon sway. That adds in this sense of polish that I very much appreciate. I love this airlock scan part, by the way.
Warning. Unknown life form detected.
That is strange. I don't see any... Oh wait. There seems to be something in the airlock.
Well, isn't that just fucking great?
Huh. Where the hell is that thing? Well, there it is.
While episode 1 of the mod is almost 40 minutes to an hour long, the first half of it is quite calm, apart from the jump scares or sudden appearances from these extraterrestrial gooners. It's a really sight to behold in the first half. It's purely for taking in the amazing level of detail each map has. Also, I found this Easter egg which was nice. By this point, I just stopped thinking I was playing a Half-Life 1 mod, but rather a long-lost Alien game. Like, it came out in 2002 after Alien Resurrection and before AVP2. Like it's a long-lost piece of Alien franchise. That's my headcanon for this whole project now. That's how much I adore it. This is the part where it starts to ramp up the action dial. At first I noticed this alien outside this large room, so I thought I was safe in here, but then... Right after that, a similar situation was in the next room. Large alien outside the room, and me stranded inside the room. This was a nice cinematic sort of sequence where the alien knows where we are behind the vents, but we have to press on, hoping to God it doesn't get in the vent with us. This was fun. Then we reached the end of the vents, and this was the part where it made my heart race a little.
Try to distract that thing. Prepare to make a dash to the door on your left once it's out of sight.
Fuck.
Thankfully, I got it on the first try. In the next room, we get a transmission from another survivor, so of course, being the good Samaritan we are, we need to go rescue her.
Finally, someone's picking up my signal. I locked myself in when those creatures attacked the outpost.
I feel ya. Had the same idea.
It seemed like the right thing to do. Problem is, the security system went on lockdown, and now I can't get out.
This sounds bad. How can I get to your position?
Judging by your signal, I should be 3 or 4 stories below you.
From this point on, you'll be encountering more aliens, and every so often you'll have to do like a environment/parkour type of puzzle. Also, I do have to clarify, I have seen the original 3 movies, but I wouldn't call myself a super hardcore fan. Like, I really like the movies, but I have next to no knowledge about the in-universe lore. As far as I understand, there are different types of aliens and all of them have unique names. The one I know about is only the facehugger, and that's pretty much it. From this vent, we drop down a few floors on our quest to find that other survivor, and speak of the devil, there she is. Another thing I have to point out is that whoever did the lighting work on these maps is a genius. You see, while each section of this colony does offer unique architecture and layouts, the lighting also changes, which practically changes the tone and atmosphere. Like, look at this, man. Tell me that this isn't dark and gritty. Just how I like it. We find the power generator and take out the fuse, which, surprise surprise, shrouds the whole floor in darkness. With flares as our only source of light, we press on. Turning the corner, I saw this. Oh god, no. Of course, I became the evening dinner for this gentleman. After dying multiple times, I knew I was missing something I wasn't doing right. But then I remembered, there was another route. It had a gaping hole in it, but still, it leads somewhere. I promptly tried to jump across it and fell to my death. Anyway, with a bit of tomfoolery and parkour, I managed to cross it, and what do you know? I got my hands on a shotgun. And now we're cooking. Alright, you alien bastard, have at thee! With all that said and done, we reached the doctor lady and now we're gonna take her back to the comm center we left the synth at. Also, I will be very bummed out if the last episode of this mod doesn't have us operating one of these babies. Please devs, let me drive this thing! Anyway, we finally reached the lift that will take us to the comm center. Also, this is one of the slowest and loudest lifts ever made, so of course, as soon as you press the button to bring it down, every alien in a 5-mile radius is going to be gunning for our ass. Thankfully, there are supplies and a turret that we can set up to help us. Although I do have to say, the placing the turret part was a bit whack, because I tried to put it in a corner and the game wouldn't let me. Up till this point, I was ecstatic about the mod, but here I was getting a feeling that this might be the section where the mod drops the ball. Thankfully, that wasn't the case. This is surely a difficult section, but a fair section. They don't just spam aliens at you, but they come in waves, mostly 1, 2, or 3 at a time, and the turret did a lot of the heavy lifting as well. So yeah, cue the montage. After the dust settled, we finally get to know our characters' names. We're Riley and she's Iris. Also, Riley's an ex-marine, so that's why he's proficient with using guns in combat. Nice bit of lore. Then we reach the comm center again and start getting ready for the next part. But this is basically where episode 1 ends. The synth, or Marty as he prefers, says we can ask for help from a freight ship that will be coming soon to this colony. But to radio them, we need more power in our colony's radio system. But yeah, this is the end of episode 1, and I really like this panning shot that shows a bunch of aliens surrounding us. That's some scary shit. Overall, I have to say this is one hell of a mod. Even if it's just one episode, it's still fantastic. The 40 minutes long episode provides you with one hell of an experience. It starts off slowly to build tension, introduces you to the main characters, all the while the whole thing is oozing with intense atmosphere that's both horror and dark and gritty. The only real negative I'd point out is that while the animations for the aliens are fine, I still feel like they are a little stiff. Like, I don't know how to put it into words, but it feels like they need more keyframes in between their poses for them to look more fluid. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Definitely check this one out if you enjoyed the video, cause I guarantee it's more fun playing this than watching a video about it. If you're someone like me, you'll be appreciating the map details and the atmosphere of this mod at every corner. Thanks so much for watching, and a big thanks and shout out goes to these lovely benefactors shown on screen. Watching these videos and supporting the channel is a big motivation for me to keep making more videos. So thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.